Are you unsure how to navigate reopening your salon amidst COVID-19? Salons and similar businesses have had a hard time adjusting to the new norms and mores brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. But it is still possible to operate a salon that's safe for clients and staff alike. In today's video, we'll walk you through salon reopening and how to ensure that state guidelines on health and safety remain a top priority. I'm Alex with Jotform, and let's get right into it. Since the pandemic began, up-close and personal services such as the ones offered at salons have faced many challenges. With states easing restrictions on salons, more and more are reopening. Even still, a salon reopening can be more complicated than you might think, as the services salons offer, such as cutting and dyeing hair, don't allow for social distancing. Nevertheless, with a detailed plan and a careful attention to detail, your salon can remain safe and reopen. Start out by reviewing your state's reopening guidelines. Every state has its own COVID regulations, so it's important to be aware of your state's requirements. For businesses where staff-to-client contact is necessary, like hair salons, barbershops, and nail salons, many states have specific guidelines to follow, so be sure to review your state government's website for specific information. Next, consider how you will restructure your workplace. For instance, measure the distance between workspaces in your salon to determine how you might implement social distancing. You could either move workstations or close every other workstation to maintain 6 feet of distance. If you're planning to continue using your waiting room, consider adjusting the seating to encourage customers to keep a safe distance apart. And don't forget your reception desk. You should install clear plastic panels to protect your staff and clients. Try moving your credit card reader to a small table in front of the desk to keep clients away from your staff during payment. You'll also want to consider blocking off any areas where people tend to gather, including employee-only areas like break rooms and storerooms where employees will come into close contact. You should separate tables, block off unused spaces, hang signs, and make every effort to remind your staff to maintain a safe social distance. While you restructure your workplace, consider where you can strategically place hand sanitizing stations. These stations should be accessible by both staff and clients and should be continuously stocked. Similarly, you'll need to stock all bathrooms with soap and paper towels, making sure to remove any linen towels, and be sure to post signs describing proper hand washing techniques. Next, you'll want to make changes to your booking policy. You may need to reduce the number of appointments, and you should require your staff to work with only one client at a time. Determine what revised appointment structure will be best for your business. As the number of people inside of your salon is important, you should stick to your booking schedule and eliminate walk-ins. When you create your new schedule, email your current clients and share information on social media. You might also consider allowing vehicle check-ins so clients can call the salon from their cars when they've arrived. Asking clients to wait in their vehicles until their stylist is ready can minimize the total number of people in your salon. Reopening your salon will likely call for new forms designed with COVID-19 in mind. To help protect your business, try using forms like the Salon COVID-19 Waiver Form, the Salon COVID-19 Liability Form, and the COVID-19 Salon Company Consent Form. If you need more, Jotform offers many COVID-19 forms to help ease the salon reopening process. Requiring clients to complete these forms before their appointments helps with client screening and record keeping. If you find out that you had a COVID-19 positive client, you'll need to implement contact tracing. These forms act as a detailed record of your recent clients, enabling you to efficiently identify which clients you need to contact. Consider shifting to online forms if you haven't already. Offering these forms on your website allows clients to access them well before their appointments. Having the majority of your forms online minimizes the number of surfaces that clients need to touch while in the salon, and using online forms means that you won't have to worry about how to get client information into your database, as it will be online and ready to transfer over when you need it. Of course, you will also need to implement screening procedures. Effectively screening both clients and staff can help to prevent COVID-19 in your salon. The CDC recommends that you implement these procedures daily. Begin by asking every employee if they have any COVID-19 symptoms before entering the building. These symptoms could include fever, chills, cough, shortness of breath, fatigue, body aches, headaches, loss of taste or smell, congestion, a sore throat, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. If an employee reports having any of these symptoms, you should send them home. They should only return to work after receiving a negative COVID-19 test. Try using Jotform's employee COVID-19 self-screening questionnaire to help simplify the process. As a part of the screening process, you should take employees' temperatures. Any employee with a temperature of 100.4 degrees or more should go home. Set up your temperature checks to maintain distance and employee privacy. And you'll need to implement the same screening process for your clients too. Fortunately, most clients will be happy to oblige, but be prepared for any scenario. In addition to screening, you'll need to provide appropriate personal protective equipment or PPE to your staff. These are things like gloves, face masks, and face shields that can be difficult for employees to obtain on their own. It's essential to have a steady supply of these items. It's also important that you train your staff on how to use PPE. Familiarize employees with the different types of PPE as well as when they should be using each item. Further, you should require both hairstylists and clients to wear masks during appointments whenever possible. Next, you should design your disinfection protocols. Disinfecting your salon becomes a huge task as there are many surfaces to cover. This is why an effective protocol is a key element of your reopening plan. While there are obvious areas to disinfect, like restrooms and door handles, the Professional Beauty Association states that common equipment like shears, styling tools, and products will also need to be disinfected between clients. Also, clients will need a fresh drape at the beginning of each appointment. When washing cloth items, ensure that they are properly dried and stored in a covered cabinet. Alternatively, your salon might opt for disposable drapes. Something to keep in mind throughout the process is what thoughts and concerns your staff may have about the workplace. While crafting your plan, check in with your staff. Ask how they're feeling about returning to work. They can give you valuable insights about areas that may have been overlooked. It's important for your staff to feel supported and safe when they return to the salon, so be sure to share any updates with them and make an effort to address their concerns. Ultimately, remember to always stay informed. Since COVID-19, situations have been known to change quickly, so stay up to date. Always refer back to your state's COVID-19 health orders as well as any new guidelines should they become available. Keep in mind that your local health officials can be a great place to go for information about your specific area. Most importantly, remain as flexible as possible. When you begin to implement safety procedures, you're sure to face challenges and you might need to reassess some of the policies and changes you've instituted. That said, with careful, deliberate planning, you can minimize the risk of your staff and your clients while still enabling your salon to safely reopen. Before I sign off, let's go ahead and review what we've covered today. To have a safe and successful salon reopening, start by reviewing your state's reopening guidelines. Then, consider how you will restructure your workplace to implement social distancing. Next, you'll want to make changes to your booking policy, such as reducing the number of appointments each day. Create new client forms designed with COVID-19 in mind through a service like Jotform. Then, you'll need to implement screening procedures. In addition to screening, you'll have to provide appropriate PPE to your staff. Next, you'll design new disinfection protocols. And last but not least, consider the thoughts and concerns of your staff. Again, I'm Alex from Jotform, and thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.